Welcome back. I'm joined by Alicia Reiner. She plays Natalie Figueroa. I'm sorry.
You just say Fig.
I know, but it makes me nervous. I watched every single episode, and I'm scared of you.
Don't be. Hey, if you watch season 6, you've learned you don't have to be. We've seen a little softness.
There's a little softness. It's Fig. I'll go with Fig.
Yeah, go with Fig.
Fig on Orange is the New Black, and her new film is called Egg. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Great. How are you?
Good. You do seem very sweet. I will say that. You've been calming me down, and I appreciate that.
Acting.
It's
what we do.
That's not actually who you are as a person.
Because here's the thing: if they hire the bitch to play the bitch, then you just have a bitch on set all the time, and that's not fun, right?
And that's not enjoyable. That really makes me feel better about the movie Egg 2, which you star in and produce. And there's a lot. Let's take a quick look.
Well, she's the mother. What are you?
I don't know. I haven't put a label on it. That's the most interesting part about it. I get to create the role.
Fun.
I'm just not into being hormonally brainwashed into this unhealthy attachment that women have with their babies.
Unhealthy attachment.
It's not unhealthy.
A child needs this. And it's not an attachment, it's a connection.
Okay, so this is about spouses and parents. What drew you to this story?
Well, I first read it years ago. David and I, my husband, did a reading of it, and people say things that everybody's thinking and nobody ever says. And I loved that. And then we read it again, and 10 years later, no one was saying it still. And we said, oh my God, we have to talk about this. There are so many issues about what it means to be a parent, not just a mother, but a parent, and how art and commerce intersect, and how parenthood and career intersect. And it's fun.
That's wild to hear that it had been a project for so long. You mentioned your husband, David Alan Basche, who you work with on this. What was it like working with him?
It was horrible. He's a nightmare. Sorry, honey.
Here first. Sorry. Big conversation tonight.
No, it was a joy. We love working together. In the movie, we're not the best of friends. So it's really fun, like, sort of letting that out.
Well, was that enjoyable? Talk a little bit about it, because you got to be really mean to him.
So when you watch it, if you actually get the DVD, there's some outtakes, and we have so much trouble being mean to each other, and we're like, we do this one scene where it's like, and then we both crack up. There were so many times we couldn't do it. It was pretty cute.
Like, once the camera stops, you run over, give him a hug. Hey, I didn't mean it. It's okay.
And sometimes I'd be like, yeah, go over there. Go in the corner. Like, I can't deal with you right now.
I don't want to look.
I
don't want to look at you right now. Listen, you responded to a tweet. We're going to bring it up right now from Zoe Kazan. Do not ask women about having children. And you said yes, and told them to go see Egg. So why do you think people find it still okay to ask women this very personal question?
I have no idea. Zoe, I hope you come see the movie, and that Vogue writer. I think it's so important that we give everyone on this planet the integrity of their own choice about parenthood and everything. And my favorite thing about this movie is Christina and I are women who have really different truths. And we lovingly agree to disagree and not mess with each other's truth. And that is everything in this moment. To breathe and listen and say, like, you have your truth, I have mine, and I respect that is everything.
And it's such a complicated part of life. So there are so many truths around it. I was just wondering if you could do maybe a straight to camera, because a lot of people, I see it all the time. And listen, I have a fiance. We don't have a kid. We're not planning on it right now. And she gets asked it all the time. So maybe a PSA, don't ask women if they're having a kid or not.
Don't ask women. There's actually a really good comedy routine that Masood does where she's like, if a woman is pregnant or has children, she will tell you. Anyone who's interested in kids will tell you immediately. You'll get the clues. Wait for the clues. But it's disrespectful to women. You know, Margot Robbie there was a whole Twitter storm about that because she's like, ask me more. It's the same as like your clothes. Ask me more. Ask about what I'm working on. Is my only value as a parent.
Right.
And I think it's really important that we value motherhood because it's a spectacular thing, and I love being a mother, but we also value women regardless of their choice around that.
Regardless of their choice around that, and the art they're creating, or the work that they're doing, or the ways that they are being in the world.
And I don't want to ruin the movie for anyone, but, you know, people make different choices, and watch the movie and tweet me and tell me what you think about it.
And talk about those choices. Absolutely.
We made this movie to talk about these choices.
I love that. That's what we call a little call to action. You just did it organically, and I loved it.
Like a little. We can have an after this BuzzFeed Twitter party about what you thought about it.
A little Kiki.
Yeah.
A little Kiki. Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
You know, Anna Camp plays Kiki in the movie.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's a tie-in. It's synergy. It's all working. I do want to talk about Orange is the New because I am such a big fan. Fig. Yeah. When you first discovered that character, was there anything like, did you have to dig deep for that, or were you like, oh, this is going to be fun?
I first auditioned for Alex.
Really?
And then, you know, I auditioned to play her best friend, and then they offered me, and it was 2 lines to start. And I did so much research, and I went to a prison, and I like figured out who I wanted this human to be, and then they just dove in and wrote into it, and it's been, I mean, like the whole thing with Caputo, I had no idea. Like
really?
That, oh my God.
But was that, this is kind of built around you when you showed up to play this character. They expanded the character. That's incredible.
Our writers are brilliant, like brilliant. Genji's brilliant. Every woman, and the men too, Brian, we love you. Every, you know, Tammy and Carolina, and everyone is so brilliant. And all of the past, like I want to name everybody right now, but it's a spectacular show, and it's a
spectacular thing to have been a part of.
It's a gift to an actor to have 7 years to breathe into a character, and when they give you the journey, Fig has had a journey.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens and sometimes that doesn't. Like sometimes they have to stay the same course.
No, and has changed and grown. It's been so incredible to watch. And the final season is coming up, season 7.
Season 7 blew my mind when I started reading it. And,
really?
I've burst out into tears reading many episodes, so I think it's going to be worth tuning in.
I'm so happy to hear that there's going to be this definitive ending on what was an incredible cultural moment. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I just got to mention the dress, fabulous. Thank you for joining us. Egg is available now to rent on Amazon, iTunes, and on demand. Up next, Stephanie is telling us how being part of a pyramid scheme is bad for your relationships.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's